Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Wildcard weekend, over-unders to bet. Let's get this money. It's our world. First game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Houston Texans. Over under 44.5. Money, 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 money. I'm going over. And I know it's counterintuitive. And you think of the Browns, you think of great defense, you think of Myles Garrett, you think of Jim Schwartz dialing up aggressive blitzes. But, man, I've just seen the Browns turn the ball over too many times this year. And what do I say about turnovers? Turnovers lead to points. Also, this Browns defense is different on the road than it is at home. That's just a reality. And another reality is C.J. Stroud has put on masterclass after masterclass. Like, listen, I don't think the Texans win this game. I think the Texans defense struggles. But one thing I'll tell you, with or without Tank Dell, C.J. Stroud is going to put on a show and put up points. D'Amico will have his boys prepared. They're not going down without a fight. That's why I think both teams get into the 20s. Like, I see like a 27-23 type game. I'm going over, making a damn money pick. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the Detroit Lions. Over, under 51.5. Under. I know it's counterintuitive. You would think Stafford, Goff, in a dome, two high-flying offenses. You would think you're going over. But I don't think that's how this game is going to play out. I think it's going to be more physical than people think. I think we're going to see the Lions running the rock more than people think, and that's a big part of it. I also think this Lions defense has something in store for the Rams offense. I know Stafford is going to move the ball. I know Nakua and Cooper Kupp are going to have themselves a day. But one thing I have always respected about this Dan Campbell coach team is their situational football. I think they'll be good in the red zone. And I also don't think Stafford will be touching the ball all that much. And here's one thing that I've been impressed with the Rams. Their pass blocking has gotten better as the year went on because they've been better at running it. There's been more balance. But this game, I think Detroit will stop their run, and I think we'll see a big Aiden Hutchinson day. That's why I'm going under the 51.5. Not a lot of science here. I'm not pulling the trigger. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. Over, under 36.5. Money, 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 money. Listen, the money pick is on the first half total. The first half total is 19.5. I'm going under, and I'm making that a money pick. When you hear 40-mile-per-hour winds, that makes me think Josh Allen will be limited in this game. Now sit back in your chair. What is the Bills' big advantage in this game? Josh Allen, of course it is. But with 40-mile-per-hour wind, even with his laser-guided arm, I think he'll be limited, and I think this will make the game more scrappy, more lower scoring. We're going to be seeing more running the rock. And then also, you got to look at Mike Tomlin in this game. He needed a little bit of help without T.J. Watt. Weather is going to help him, and I think this is going to be a cagey affair. And when you look at the other side of the ball, listen, Mason Rudolph has been a good story. It's been better than people thought, but like any Cinderella story, eventually that stiletto is going to break, and I think we see the Steelers' offense struggle, but I also think we see the Steelers' defense play extremely well. I'm going under 19.5, money pick first half. For the full game, I'm going to go under the 36.5. Not a lot of science there. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Kansas City Chiefs. Over, under 44. Over. When you say Chiefs, I say over. When you say Dolphins, I say over. I get it. The weather isn't going to cooperate. But when you think of both of these Goliaths, both of these juggernauts on the offensive side of the ball, a 44 is about as low as it gets for them. And also, we're looking at a Dolphins defense that is absolutely wounded. No Jerome Baker, no Jalen Phillips, no Bradley Chubb, no defensive ends at all. And that's what you need to do against Mahomes. You need to get edge pressure. And pretty much now the Dolphins are forced to blitz it. And I think that's going to open things up for Mahomes. I also feel like Mike McDaniel will have his boys on offense ready to play. Listen, man, I've been the biggest McDaniel fan since he set foot as a head coach in this league. But I haven't liked the play calling I've seen the last 2 weeks. I think with Jalen Waddle coming back, Tyreek the Thrill Hill going back to Kansas City, I think we see big plays. I don't give a fuck about the cold. That's not going to affect Tua throwing it. I think we see a big day from the Dolphins offense, but also Mahomes is going to remind everyone that he is an absolute god in the playoffs. I'm going over the 44. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys, over under 50. Money, money, money. Money over. Making a damn money pick. Absolutely love this. Now, this game comes down to two things. The first thing is, this Cowboys offense is explosive. And if you can't get a good pass rush on Dak Prescott, him and CD Lamb are going to eat you alive. That's just the basics. That's just what we've been seeing since they stepped foot on the field together. But another thing is, I think the Packers come to fight. There isn't a lot of things they do better than the Cowboys, but I feel like Jordan Love is finding his rhythm, finding his confidence at the right time in the season. And you know what you're going to get from the Cowboys defense. You're going to get a lot of man-to-man. And that helps Jordan Love, I think, process the information. And I do think these Packers wide receivers have gotten at least a little bit better. I also think they'll be able to run. But the big gist of this over 50 for the money pick is, man, I think the Cowboys get into the 30s, and they just need a little bit of a dance partner here, making a money pick. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Bucks, over under 44, under. Absolutely love this under. Not betting it, though, because both of these teams, there's too many variables. But I'm going under because I don't know if the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to run the ball. And when you got a guy like Vita Vea clogging those lanes in the middle, and you got an Eagles team reeling on offense, I'm not too confident. And after that injury Hurts took last Sunday, I'm even less confident in their passing game. And with Hurts, we've seen him banged up the whole year. I'm not making excuses for him, but he just hasn't been even close to 80%. I think he's been going out in the field 60% the second half of the year. And this Philadelphia Eagles offense just can't find any rhythm. And we're not even seeing guys like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith utilized correctly. And both of those guys are banged up to add to the laundry list. Now, you say, Lawson, listen, I get it. This Eagles offense is struggling, but this Eagles defense, they can't cover anyone. I get it, but we've seen Baker Mayfield have a pretty slow last 2 weeks. He didn't do anything against Carolina, and I do think that shoulder injury for Baker is at least a little bit of a factor. I do think both teams have put together some good drives, but I see one team getting to the 20s, one team in like 17. I just can't see this game going over. I'm going under the 44. Let's get this money. Wildcard round. I salute all of you guys for joining me throughout the year. We're not stopping. Playoff time. This is when we come alive, and this is when we get paid.